It's been talked about for years. Years it has been rumored that a fourth Matrix film would be made.
Woo!
And every so often, those rumors bubble up a little more. So imagine my surprise when earlier this week there was a full confirmation that they're doing it, and it's Lana Wachowski.
Yes.
Um,
Her and Lily are separating artistically. I don't want to get into their family beef,
is
but
there a feud?
it seems to be they're working separately a lot more now. So
Or were they?
yeah, it seems like, and I think Lana had more of the passion for Matrix. I don't want to get in again into them thing, but I do think Lana was a bigger Matrix person than Lily was.
I imagine that whole argument was like, "It's your fault Jupiter Ascending sucked. Oh, it's your fault Jupiter Ascending sucked."
We both failed on Cloud Atlas, though. We'll admit that.
God, that was so bad.
I just a quick aside. I don't like those movies, but I love that those movies got made because they're fucking wild, huge budget, ridiculous shit. Like looking at those movies remind me of and this is not a compliment, David Lynch's Dune, where you're just
Oh,
like somebody
okay.
gave a huge fucking budget to these people to do something that is just wild and completely incomprehensible to most people.
I mean, so The Matrix as well. As much as it's a good property and stuff, this is what I'm glad that the Wachowskis are returning Keanu, Carrie, and Moss. I think it's cool because this is a universe that has so much to dive into. I
Mhm.
felt like I'm surprised that they stopped making Matrix stuff. I think they have comic books and little things, extended
Mhm.
universe idea stuff, but I like it. I think it's fun. And again, like you said with Jupiter Ascending and Cloud Atlas, these are allowed to be made and be as weird and insane as they are. I'm happy. We'll just let it go.
Yeah. Honestly, that's kind of like I want like a 3 hour Matrix 4 that is just incredibly dense and also stupid.
I will, since I don't know, I don't want to do spoiler alerts, but since we'll probably have heavy-handed Jesus metaphors as well, since we'll probably have a
I think you can
resurrection.
spoil Matrix Revolutions. I think it's been long
Sure.
enough.
Well, like now that like Neo has to come back to life, I guess we're gonna get heavy-handed Jesus stuff. I'm super excited to
He's
watch
already
like
done that
Keanu get
before, though.
crucified in a movie. I almost said
It's true.
Keanu side, and I'm like, wow, that's like I don't know. I'm trying to think of Keanu. I don't know. I'm just happy. The Keanu Sans is here. He's in more stuff every day, and it's great.
That is true.
Yeah, that's all I've got to add. I've only seen,
It's always just
I've
like,
only seen the first Matrix film, and like I think it was good, but I was also like 10 or 11, so
You know
yeah,
what?
you're
it
fine.
wasn't really my thing, and
Stop
I haven't
there.
gone back to it. But I love Keanu, and if he wants to keep making movies and they let him, then I'm happy.
I'll watch anything with him in it. Nobody needs to watch past the first Matrix. The first Matrix is singular and great on its own. I do like the Matrix Reloaded, but
Me
it's a
too.
cliffhanger and the follow-up is kind of shit. So
All
it
three
ruins
Matrix
it.
movies are the best trilogy of movies ever made.
Mm, is
Cool.
that an actual feeling you have, or are you?
All right, the third one falls apart, but
Yeah, the third one falls apart.
I don't think it's fair to be like, don't watch the other two. Come on, there
But
were good
the,
times.
uh, there's some okay stuff in there. I think I liked a lot about Reloaded. Again, it's just that it's a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
It's a
and you have
cliffhanger,
to
and the
watch.
follow up. You have to watch. Like, if it
Yeah,
had just ended and had like a solid ending, and not been like, "Stay tuned," because that came out in like May. It's like, wait for November.
and then they incorporated characters from like the Enter the Matrix video game, and that was
Which
rad. Because no one remembers that. It was a piece of shit.
that's an awful
I
game.
I own it on GameCube, and I played it this week, and I got dizzy. So yes, it's bad.
It's
EJ, you just made my heart happy.
terrible.
Can't believe you
I tried.
played it.
I got it at a flea market. You know what? Sorry, my fault.
I
Thought it would be fun.
the most
I had
unbelievable thing.
what's her name? What?
The most unbelievable thing about that game is that the only drink machines available are all Powerade.
No, that's the best part.
It's only green Powerade.
It's only green Powerade, and they actually literally give you powers. They aid you with your power.
Was that part of that?
I think.
I
can't
don't think
remember.
so.
I think you bust one open. You can like pick it up and you drink it, and there's some rad like guitar riff in the background while you're shoving it.
No, that
It
doesn't happen
zooms
in that
in on your
game.
character's face.
What are you doing?
I don't know, but
it happened. Why are you ruining this show?
no, I'm happy that the fourth one is happening. It's the dumbest idea I've ever heard, but I'm glad it's happening, especially when they're like, and we're bringing back the 2 dead ones.
I hope it's just I hope it just retcons Revolutions.
That'd be great. Like the entire third movie was a simulation.
Yeah. Like Neo never actually got out of that weird bus stop thing.
That'd be
Train
great.
station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn, I want this movie now.
Yeah.
He's like aged 20 years waiting in this train station.
Yeah, and like he gets out of there and everybody's like, what the fuck happened?
Because let me go ahead and say this, since we're talking about Keanu for this split second. Everybody's like, oh man, Keanu never ages. He's immortal. No, once he shaved for this new Bill and Ted movie, we saw how old he is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be weird to play that off if they try to act like, this next Matrix movie, it's like, oh, it was 3 days later.
I'm interested. I'm semi glad it's happening, but I don't have expectations.
The Flickering Myth podcast is a source for all of the weekly entertainment news that we could possibly be bothered to talk about. Tune in every Tuesday for a roundtable discussion featuring a host of Flickering Myth writers and contributors. You can find us on all your favorite podcatchers as well as right here at flickeringmyth.com, part of the Flickering Myth podcast network.